Do you ever wonder if it's you getting in your own way of manifesting love or the life of your dreams? Stay tuned if you do, because we are diving in deep in sneaky ways you are self sabotaging what it is you want to manifest. Hey everyone, my name is Kim Velez. I am a former trauma therapist and now turned transformation manifestation coach, where I help you actually get what you want. My coaching gets to the root so that you manifest easily, effortlessly, eventually. That's how you get to manifesting easily and effortlessly, when you get to the root of the shit that's preventing you from doing so, and help you manifest SPs back, marriage, commitment, a shit ton of money, your dream life, the best you, confident, radiant, sexy, goddess self, because that's what we are about on this channel. So today I want to talk to you about, how do you know if you're self-sabotaging, and what are some sneaky ways that people still self-sabotage? So remember, I have over 15 years of working with trauma clients, post-traumatic stress disorder, drug addiction, everything, as a trauma therapist. And then I discovered self-concept through Neville, and then led the movement in that. And so throughout all of this stuff, I have really developed some ways of getting to the root that actually fucking works. And self-sabotage to me is obvious whenever I speak with someone, but it's not obvious to usually the people that are living in it, right? That are constantly sabotaging themselves. So what is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage is when you consciously or unconsciously engage in behaviors that undermine your own success, your happiness, your well-being. It's this pattern in your life where when you decide, oh, I want this in my life, I want to be successful, I'm going to be in the best relationship of my dreams, but your actions and your thoughts consistently lead you away from manifesting the outcome you want. So why do we self-sabotage? Because self-sabotage does not happen randomly, right? It's rooted in deeper beliefs and psychological patterns, often stemming from your past experiences and your deep-seated fears and insecurities, and obviously self-concept. So here's a breakdown of some common reasons why you might be self-sabotaging. Fear of failure. I really like to say fear of success, because there are people that definitely don't feel worthy of success, but a lot of people are scared of success because there's limiting beliefs and there's a programming of in their mind what it's going to require to become successful, who they need to turn into, and how it's going to negatively impact their life if they do so. So this to me is more common, but fear of failure is real. Fear of failing can be so overwhelming that some people prefer not to try at all, or they unconsciously create situations where failure is inevitable. This happens in your love life. You're going to pick partners that are fucking red flags from day one, and you're going to turn that blind eye to the red flags. So that is really common. Fear of rejection. Rejection is a powerful fear, especially in love. If you've been hurt before, you might sabotage your relationships to avoid the pain of being rejected again. This can show up many different ways. I had this in my own love life. I was waiting for that shoe to drop. So subconsciously, I would do things in the relationships that prevented me definitely from manifesting the desirable outcome. Even when I was committed to, even when I was married, even when I got the fucking, I was in a relationship. Obviously, shitty self-concept, right? If you do not know your worth and value in your love life, and you're dating people, and when you're involved with them and you're constantly being triggered and feeling like you got to earn love, and some of you may not even be conscious and aware of this, and you keep picking versions of people that treat you like a doormat and you continuously allow it, you have low self-concept, baby. You don't see yourself highly, and you're not carrying yourself and conducting yourself in a version of yourself who knows their worth and value. I know, because that used to be my gig. I gave that gig up, and it was the best thing that I ever did. Past trauma, right? Unresolved trauma, especially from past relationships or childhood, will definitely lead to self-sabotage. It's a way, again, to protect yourself, and you have an association with love that is intertangled with pain and letdown and not good feelings. And so you continuously seek that subconsciously, and that is what is familiar and comfortable. So that is why you choose to stay in it rather than something that feels good. You'll feel overwhelmed when it feels good. It's not normalized. It isn't your normal association with love. So this is real common. Comfort in the familiar, right? Even though we say we want love, even though we say we want success, even though we say we want our biggest, best fucking dream life, people can feel overwhelmed, like I said before, and feel like it's boring if they're not caught up in chaos and drama. This is real fucking common because you don't associate what your dream life is when you're grounded and secure within you. You will not be attracted to the drama and the unstableness of toxic and chaotic love and a life, right? So this is, again, reorienting inside of you what love feels like, what it means in a stable, healthy, nurturing, supportive relationship, and in other areas of your life too. So why does self-sabotage matter? Because self-sabotage is the first step in breaking the cycle. When you can recognize your underlying fears and beliefs that's driving your behavior, this is why when people work with me, we tackle it all. This is why I get to the root. This is why most people don't, because they don't even know it in their own selves. And then they're trying to say things that only get 10% of what the issue is, which is putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. It's looking at your behaviors, it's understanding who you are in making the decisions and choices and the behaviors that you're doing. It's changing the mental diet, and it's changing what it feels like to be you. So we tackle all of this when you work and do anything with me, because this is how you really get everything that you want. So self-sabotage matters because it's letting you know who you're really being. A lot of you trick yourselves, you're affirming, you're thinking differently, but you still believe you're unworthy. You still have negative associations tied with love and how people treat you, and you still allow a lot of disrespect and mistreatment, and you're still doing a lot of the same behaviors you did before, which is letting you know that how you see yourself is still the old way. It's still the version of you with the low self-concept. So let's look at common signs of self-sabotage. If you're someone who runs away from anything when it's getting serious, that is a definite sign of self-sabotage, right? It's, even though I want this, it's so uncomfortable, it's so unfamiliar to me, so that when I start receiving what I want, I fucking make an exit, left stage exit. Okay, so if this is you, pay attention. If you're creating drama, I did this a lot. When I would pick fights, I would push the limits and the boundaries, because subconsciously I really believed, one, I wasn't worthy to receive what I wanted in love, and two, I also believed that they were going to leave. So it was a way I would push them and really test the limits. So it would confirm my bias that, see, I told you they would leave. Okay. So if you're constantly picking fights, if you're constantly creating drama, babe, this is self-sabotage in love. Overthinking and paranoia, right? Obviously, if you have a low self-concept and you're waiting for the shoe to drop, you're going to be overanalyzing everything, constantly, letting one little thing, one little circumstance in your 3D reality create this version of you that is feeling unworthy, not good enough. You're letting the circumstance define your worth and value. You're just over analyzing it. You're just constantly in your head about them and what they're doing and how they're perceiving you in a negative way, instead of just knowing I'm fucking amazing and incredible. So you're not over analyzing you. You're not over analyzing them. You're not over analyzing the situation. You're pushing away good people. I did this too. When I received we can manifest what we want in a negative self-concept. I did this many times. I manifested in versions of specific persons I wanted with low self-concept and love. And I manifested other men that would actually give me what I wanted. But here was what was the issue, is when I had a low self-concept and love, I wasn't attracted to the men that were coming in with green flags. I was only attracted to men with red flags. And then the versions of the specific persons that were coming in healthy and giving me what I wanted, I couldn't accept for myself. My brain would push everything they're doing correct, and I would hyper focus on what they were, the little 1% of what they weren't doing. So this is really important to understand about you. You will push away green flags. You will think it's boring. I used to think, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, I laugh now because I'm like, oh my God, it was such a hot mess back then. Okay. Not setting boundaries. If you're someone who's scared to set boundaries, I promise you, and you're allowing them to treat you like a doormat, and you'll justify and make the excuse, but I'm recreating them. No, you're not, baby. No, you're not. And I'm going to tell you how you're not. Because when you have low self-concept and you continuously allow disrespect and you continuously settle and lower the bar for yourself, you've not changed. You still see yourself as not worthy to get what you want. So you will keep manifesting in that experience. Self-concept trumps stories of others. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're someone who's constantly comparing to your past relationships, you're always comparing a current partner to an ex or a past relationship, you're living in the past, baby, you're not going to get what you want that way either. So these are just some points. There's many more ways that people self-sabotage, but I'm not coaching and we don't have all day to be here. So how to identify if you actually are doing this, if any of this hit home with you and you're like, maybe I need to double check myself, really start asking yourself some self-reflective questions. Do I often find myself in the same negative patterns and relationships? Do I feel unworthy of love? And do I push people away? Am I always comparing myself and feeling not good enough when I'm getting what I want from someone? Am I finding fault in who they are when I'm meeting people that are demonstrating green flags? Am I turned off to emotionally healthy, stable women or men that are showing up in my life that are showing me green flags? Am I finding myself highly attracted and making excuses for versions of people with red flags? So here's some steps to stop self-sabotaging. Say that 5 times fast. Holy shit. Steps to stop self-sabotaging. Oh my God, that's a tongue twister. 1, self-awareness, baby. We need self-awareness. It's understanding, becoming aware of your self-sabotaging behaviors and recognizing them in the moment. Who am I doing this? Who am I when I'm dating? Who am I in love? Do I always feel insecure? Because you're the one creating the same experience over and over, whether it's with a specific person or you're picking a new face. It's still the same you. So check in with you. Who are you being? Because that's going to give you, oh my God, all the info you need about your self-concept and love. Reprogram your mindset, right? You have to understand, okay, I need to think different. I need to reprogram my beliefs. I need to make different decisions in my love life. I need to possibly set different boundaries that honor a version of me who knows her worth and value. And then I'm going to have to work through when I'm triggered. If you don't know how to do this, I really suggest checking out the links below and understanding how to do this because this is how you change you, and then you start getting everything you want and actually allow yourself to sustain it, to not run from it. I promise you, you're fucking worth it. And going through your own personal transformation, chef's kiss, because it's the answer to everything. All right. I love you all. Check out the links below if you want to dive in deeper. I have some new programs down there that are incredible and amazing. And I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.